two, one, and I think we're live. So, this just in. Mr. By the Mile got drunk on YouTube and made a huge mistake, dude. So, I was gonna react to his live stream, but while he was live streaming, because he knows what he was doing was really reckless and stupid, even though he was drunk, he kept saying that he wasn't going to post it. Like he was saying it was kind of like a free for all and he wasn't going to post it. He shouldn't have done this in the first place. So pretty much Mr. By the Mile got drunk on live stream. And Mr. By the Mile, if you don't know who Mr. By the Mile is, I've had some interactions with this guy online. He is a trucking YouTuber. He is a union ABF freight driver, union ABF freight truck driver, a Class A truck driver like myself. But he is with a union outfit, ABF freight. I'm sure you guys have seen the trucks on the road. They're like green and gray or whatever. Great job, great pay, great benefits, and he might lose his job because of what he did today on live stream. All right. And like I said, I was going to react to his live stream. Like I was going to set up my laptop and open up StreamYard and literally react to his live stream. But because what he did was so bad, I'm not going to do that. You know, he very well can lose his job over what he did and probably never get hired at another trucking company ever again because so he was pretty much drunk online, threatening his coworkers, threatening that he's going to fight his coworkers at his job. He was pretty much saying to people at ABF Freight that he works with that if they want to fight him, if they have a problem with him, then they can go see him at his job and they could go to a part of the yard where the cameras can't record them fighting. I'm guessing like in the back of their yard, in between trailers or whatever. And he was saying that he'll get down with his coworkers at work, or they can fight him across the street from ABF Freight at a Pilot Flying J truck stop, right? He was saying that if people who have a problem with Mr. By the Mile, who work with him at ABF Freight, he'll fight them at the job and he'll fight them across the street at Pilot Flying J. When you say stuff like that and you're saying the name of your company, right? And you keep repeating it, ABF Freight, let's fight ABF Freight, I'll fight my coworkers. And you have liquor, you have a beer in your hand and you're obviously drunk, right? Like we could see it, like his face was kind of red. He was slurring his words. He was actively drinking his beer and threatening his coworkers with violence. Now, the one thing that Mr. By the Mile has going for him is that he's, like I said, he's in a union outfit. He's in a union carrier. ABF Freight, they're represented by the Teamsters Union. So because he's protected by a union and it was off work, even though he was mentioning his job the entire time and threatening to like fight his coworkers on the job, like he said, not only did he say that he'll fight them right across the street. I guess there's like a truck stop across the street from his job, ABF Freight, right? According to him, right? But he also said that he will fight them in the yard on company property. He's saying, and he's drunk online saying that people at ABF Freight who have a problem with him, who don't like him, he'll fight them on company property in the back of the yard away from the cameras, right? I'm guessing, like I said, in between trailers where where people take a piss, you know how you're a truck driver and you're at your yard, but you're all the way in the back of the yard and you really got to take a leak. So you go behind the trailer like everyone does. He's saying he'll fight his coworkers back there on company property. That's what he said. Okay. Now, I don't know, the Teamsters Union, they're a strong union. I think they're the strongest union, even stronger than like IBEW, the electricians union, and the laborers union. Like Teamsters, they're definitely up there. Like if you're a part of the Teamsters union, you're protected. It's going to be hard to fire you. So I don't know if he'll get fired. That's one strong ass union if they could protect him from being fired. If his manager at ABF Freight, right, and the way that trucking unions work is that his manager who works in the office, who's not a truck driver, is most likely not a part of the Teamsters union. The Teamsters union, as far as ABF Freight goes, they most likely just represent the truck drivers, the Class A truck drivers, right? The people in the office, the accountants, human resources, the driver manager, they're most likely not under contract with the Teamsters. It's most likely just the truck drivers. So if his human resources department, if his manager, a supervisor, a team lead, anyone from ABF Freight, a dispatcher saw that, right? The fucking janitor at ABF Freight saw that, who works at that location where Mr. By the Mile is threatening to fight his coworkers. All they have to do is bring it up to human resources, right? And then there goes the battle between the company and the union, right? Human resources at ABF Freight versus the Teamsters union. I would love to see him not get fired from his job. That's why I'm not reacting to his video, right? Because he keeps saying he's going to delete it. Right now, um, let me check. Earlier, it was still up on the channel, right? It was still up on his YouTube channel, but he kept saying that he was going to delete it. Like he wasn't going to post it. He wasn't going to leave it or whatever. And because it was so just stupid, I don't, yeah, okay, so it's still there. All right. So if you guys want to see this live stream, it's long. It's about an hour and 6 minutes long. It's called you you ask, I answer live. Mr. By the Mile, ABF Freight, right? He represents like ABF Freight hard. Um, I don't know if they like it, but he's pretty much like their subway guy. Well, I'm not calling him like a creep or whatever, but he's pretty much like their poster boy, like their Chihuahua from Taco Bell. You know, when you search up ABF Freight, Mr. By the Mile pops up. Like he's all over that company on YouTube, right? And he said some crazy shit before, right? He's made YouTube videos talking about red pill, right? Like he goes off talking about women or whatever, just foul, crazy, reckless shit, right? So if he hasn't been fired for pretty much like talking shit about women and in the same video or like the video behind it, just it's all about ABF Freight. You know what I mean? If the Teamsters don't mind being represented like that, you know, then maybe they won't mind someone threatening their coworkers, you know. Um, the reason why they won't mind is because Mr. By the Mile and any union member, they pay union dues, like fees, right? Like they pay to be a part of the union. So when you're in a union, the way a union, what a union pretty much is a union is pretty much like a lawyer going with you to work every day, you know? Um, it's not like a single person, like an actual lawyer, but it's pretty much like a group of workers, and they make this organization called IBEW, the Laborers Union, the Teamsters, and it's ran almost like a company, you know. And what they do is they collect um, fees, union dues from all the members, and then their business is to negotiate with ABF Freight, UPS, Amazon, Webcore, you know, whatever the big corporation is where these people work, or something like your local zoo. Like some zookeepers are unionized too, and their business is to negotiate higher pay at that company for their union members. Okay, so because he's paying into the Teamsters union, that's why they're probably gonna fight for him. You know, if HR gets a hold of this live stream, right? Because here's the thing, he kept saying that he was going to delete the live stream, that he wasn't going to post it. It's on his channel right now. Mr. By the Mile, you need to delete that fucking thing, dude. That's on your channel. If you, I've been thinking, like, it's been my suspicion that Mr. By the Mile has problems at work with his coworkers. Like he's hinted to it before, like haters or whatever. Not me, but he's hinted like real life haters, like at his job, right? And he pretty much verified it in his live stream while threatening to fight these haters, these other coworkers at ABF. He's threatening to fight them, right? So that was my suspicion, right? He kept talking about haters and like, who is he talking about? Because no one watches his YouTube channel. No one watches my channel. We're small, right? Um, so I was thinking like, man, this guy must have problems at work, right? It's probably because of this red pill stuff. People don't like red pill. People just don't like the shit, right? If you're a red pill on YouTube, people are going to make fun of you. And in real life, people are going to make fun of you, right? So people probably don't like him just for that, or people just don't like you because you're on YouTube, fucking period, right? So like, for him to have haters at ABF Freight, Mr. By the Mile, what if one of them screenshotted your live stream and then today's Sunday, Monday morning, they go into the office and they show this live stream that they screen recorded with their phone to human resources, to your supervisor, right? To your dispatcher, to everyone in the office. If you have haters like that at ABF Freight to the point where you're threatening to fight them, these people must really not like you. If you have people, you got people at work and you want to fight them, obviously there's a problem. And if these people have that much of a problem with you, just because you didn't post it doesn't mean that they can't grab it with their own phone and screen record the live stream, especially the juicy parts where you're threatening to fight them on company property, dude, right? These haters of yours, they can go and show that to human resources and you could lose your job. And that's going to go on your DAC report. That's definitely going to go on your DAC report. And it's hard enough for a union member to get work. So, for example, right, I applied for Daylight Transport. They're an LTL company in the East Bay where I'm from, in Hayward, right? Hayward, California. They didn't take me on because they thought I was a part of some union, even though I've never worked for a union carrier, right? If you're a union member and then you try to get work outside of a union job, right? A lot of carriers, if they see that you've paid into a Teamsters and you're a Teamsters member, some jobs won't want to hire you just for that. Now, so if you get fired from ABF, you said it yourself on your channel. It's hard for some union guys to get work outside of union jobs because a lot of companies don't hire union workers, right? Because big corporations don't like unions, right? Business owners don't like unions, right? So they're probably not going to hire you if you get fired from ABF because you're a union member. And then number two, ABF Freight's going to put it on your DAC report that you were threatening violence to your other coworkers. And that's why they had to let you go, because you didn't get into an accident, right? You didn't get a speeding ticket. They had to let you go because you were threatening your coworkers. You can bet your bottom dollar, if that goes on your DAC report, you can kiss your trucking company goodbye. You might as well go and turn in your CDL, unless if you want to like move to Chicago and go work for some criminals, pretty much, right? Like Super Ego or whatever, or some Russian company that's gonna run you like pretty much illegal, right? From the equipment down to your hours of service, right? If you want to do that for like 2 or 3 years until this thing gets off your DAC report. I don't even know how a DAC report works. I don't even know if shit gets off of your DAC report, Dude, you better hope that these people that you have a problem with at ABF Freight, that they don't take that video, that live stream, and show it to human resources or your supervisor. And if they do, we'll see how strong the Teamsters union is, right? And I hope they are. I would hate to see you lose everything, even though, dude, like you're bragging all the time. Like your whole thing on YouTube is just you bragging. Like you brag, like, oh, I got to, that live stream was fucking crazy. That was nuts, dude. That was fucking nuts, dude, just bragging. Just all of your insecurities came out, right? Bragging about your house, calling people bitches, talking, like threatening to fight fucking Trucking Unfiltered Tommy, mentioning me. Dude, you are fucking, alcohol is not your best thing. Alcohol is not your strong suit. You don't need to be drinking. You need to stop drinking. You do not do good on alcohol. Look at what you did, dude. You got drunk on live stream on YouTube. You got drunk on a live stream on YouTube, and now you might lose your job. There's a chance that you might not be at ABF Freight or any trucking company no more. What the fuck, dude? You don't need to be drinking, right? And this goes for anyone, right? If drinking is not your strong suit, I've preached sobriety on this channel before. Look what happened to this dude. He got drunk on YouTube, and now he might lose everything. His house, his fucking, his cars or whatever, you know, his job for sure, right? His CDL, his trucking career, all of it's at risk right now. All of it. It's one thing to have a YouTube channel and pretty much like base it off of ABF Freight and then throw in, oh, fucking, you know, just, and then like, so like your channel is ABF Freight, but then in the meantime and in between time, you throw in a bunch of red pill shit, you know, like, oh yeah, these past 10 videos, I've pretty much been recruiting for ABF Freight on YouTube, but now let me put a video in there about red pill and I'm pretty much just talking shit about women, even though he has a daughter, right? It's like that, yeah, you know, ABF Freight might not even care. Who knows? I'm sure they don't like it. That company would prefer to not be represented by someone who's like talking all this crazy shit about women online. And obviously when you're drunk, like the reaction video I did to your red pill video, you were obviously drunk, right? But, you know, that's one thing. It's another thing to get drunk with alcohol in your hand, with the Modelo in your hand. It's another thing to do that and then say, I'm going to fight people at work. If you motherfuckers at work, if you guys got a problem with me, come see me at work, right? At work, dude. It's another thing to be drunk, mentioning ABF Freight. Like I think he actually said, if other drivers at ABF Freight at my job got a problem with me, my haters at ABF Freight, if they got a problem with me, you motherfuckers could come see me at my job and we can go in the back of the yard away from the cameras and we can get down, right? Or we can go across the street at the truck stop. So let's dissect that. Like your bright idea. You're drunk, it's stupid, right? But let's just dissect that. Let's say you actually do fight these people at your job in the back of the yard away from the cameras, and you do, like you said, fuck them up. Let's say you do fuck these people up at your job. Let's say you beat the fuck out of someone in the back of ABF Freight in between trailers and they fall on the ground and hit their head and now they're dead. And you did it right there at your job, right? For what? For what? Because you fucking said something stupid when you were drunk? Because you're immature? Because of your ego? Because you're just a fucking idiot? For what? You go to jail, you pretty much catch a body at your job. And not only do you lose your house, but you lose your freedom. You go down for an M, for a murder, dude. Are you fucking retarded? You're 37 years old. I'm 32 going on 33, dude. I'm not even that fucking stupid. You know, I've made some dumb videos on YouTube, and this past week I cleaned up my channel. I'm making my channel a hardcore niche, like just hardcore trucking. So I went ahead and deleted live streams, shorts, and long form videos that don't have anything to do with trucking, right? Because when you upload random videos, it kind of confuses the algorithm and it stunts your growth or whatever. But another reason why I did it is, you know, when I was going through some of the shit, even though, you know, I've never said nothing too crazy. No, I have. I've said some stupid shit online, right? Some of the videos I thought were just cringe, you know, I'd rather just not have them up, you know. The time I fucked up on YouTube was like my first debut, pretty much, which was fucking retarded. This is when I was at CR England. I made a video pointing the finger and laughing at owner-operators, talking about how their wife's at home cheating on them because they're always on the road, and they're just like making fun of them. And it got like up to like almost like 500,000 views or something. I deleted that video because it just wasn't a good look. At first, I was like, you know, laughing at it like, haha, I pissed them off. But then I was like, you know what? This isn't a good look. Let me go ahead and delete that. It's fucking stupid. Like, what if someone takes real offense to that and like runs up on me with like a knife at a truck stop? You know, these people that you got a problem with, Mr. By the Mile, you don't know what the fuck they'll do. I mean, look at what you just did. Look at the dumb shit that you just did, dude. Now, just imagine what someone else can do, right? Fucking retarded, dude. Let me get to some of these comments. I'm sure ABF is thrilled that their social media poster boy is threatening violence and saying the N-word while intoxicated. Yeah, dude, you said the N-word too. What's up, bro? We're just uploading. TGT was just uploading. Oh, you reacted to Josh? Found your channel a couple hours ago. I really like your info. It's a ton of information that no one will answer as I'm working towards my CDL. If you get your CDL, don't get drunk on YouTube and fucking, thanks JF, appreciate that. Don't get drunk on YouTube and fucking threaten your coworkers like Mr. By the Mile, because you could lose everything. You could definitely lose everything, dude. You would have been better switching that video to private so it still helps your channel views. Maybe, but I'm in it for the long run, right? I'm thinking about 10, 20 years down the line, still being on YouTube, right? And like making other channels, right? I'm thinking long term. I want to make this like hardcore, just trucking, right? Since I'm already in that genre. That's why I'm talking about this. This is related to trucking. Mr. By the Mile is, he's well known. He doesn't get a lot of views, but he is known on YouTube, right? Mr. By the Mile, as far as like, and another thing, dude, let's just talk about YouTube. What that live stream is doing for you as far as YouTube goes, dude. You made a fucking ass of yourself. I made an ass of myself too. Thank God it wasn't that bad, right? Mine was pretty bad. I don't think it was that bad, right? I made a stupid short making fun of owner operators. I deleted it. It was disrespectful. It was fucking stupid, so I took it down, right? Someone else could have screen recorded it. It's probably still out there somewhere. At least it's not on my main channel. At least it's not like I don't have it on my channel no more, right? But dude, I didn't go online and start threatening to beat up my coworkers, dude. That is fucking nuts with alcohol in my hand, talking about ABF free. Dude, just imagine if I was live right now. And I got, this is water, and let's just pretend it's a fucking Corona or a Modelo or something, right? And I'm right here, yeah, you motherfuckers, you guys want to see me at my job? Yeah, well, come on, motherfucker, bring it on, bitch. What's up? Bring it on. Yeah, let's fight. What do they say? What do the kids say now for fighting? I don't even fucking know, dude. It's just fucking dumb. Just imagine if you guys turned on my channel and I got alcohol and I'm threatening to fight people that I work with. Just imagine. Wouldn't that be fucking insane, dude? And that's what he did. That's what he was fucking, dude. Mr. By the Mile, he reminds me of someone that I knew, right? And hotheads like Mr. By the Mile, unlike this guy that I knew, I think Mr. By the Mile actually would do something stupid in real life and get himself into a lot of trouble, right? But hotheads like Mr. By the Mile and the guy I'm thinking about, live wires like that, people that are kind of off mentally, who are mentally unstable, they have a tendency to lose everything, right? You ever met someone like Mr. By the Mile and they brag? They just fucking brag, dude. Just everything, they just brag, right? My house, my union job, look at my paycheck, right? You guys should go unions, all you haters or whatever, right? Like they always got haters, right? It's always the haters, right? Now, just imagine that same ego when they lose it all, right? Just imagine that. Just imagine that same fucking narcissistic ego when, because they got drunk on YouTube and they fucking threatened to fight their coworkers, they lose it. Just imagine when the bragger, the narcissist, the bragger, loses that thing or the things that he's bragging about, the job. And because you don't got the job and because you can't get another trucking job, there goes your house, right? The two things that the fucker brags about all the fucking time, dude. Just imagine if you brag if you saw the bragger lose everything. I'm not familiar with Mr. By the Mile, but what you're saying reminds me of some family members of mine, and their temper landed them in jail for life. Big big M shit, not worth it, man. Um, Hot-headed and can't control the alcohol. Yeah, dude, for real. It's fucking dumb, dude. Like what he's doing right now, he's threatening people at his job to come and see him in real life and fight him in real life at his job, right? You know who else did that? Who wasn't drunk when they did it, who was actually sober when they did that? Wes Watson, right? You guys know about Wes Watson, GP Penitentiary or whatever? Wes Watson, like the bald-headed white dude who's all tatted up from San Diego, and like everyone's making fun of him, you know, like Dubs, Bubba, right? Moist Critical, right? They're all making fun of him. Well, Wes Watson did just what Mr. By the Mile did. He threatened to fight people in real life who are his haters. And someone bit the bait. They showed up to the gym where he works out at, where he told people to pull up on him at, and they actually got into a fight, and Wes Watson ended up getting arrested. And now he's afraid that he might be facing like years in prison, right? Retarded. Retarded. So you see how Wes Watson is a lot like Mr. By the Mile, even though Wes Watson is sober, right? Wes Watson brags about his money, about fucking his little prostitute girlfriend that he pays for, right? His house, his cars, everything. He just brags. And then he does something fucking stupid to land himself back in prison where he's telling people how to live to where you don't end up going to prison like he did. Now he's probably going to end up going back to prison because he's such a fucking idiot. And then Mr. By the Mile, right? Bragging, my house, my union job, my paycheck, right? Could lose it all. Could lose it all because he went online and was threatening to fight his coworkers on company property, right? Wouldn't that be something to see? The narcissist bragger just fucking lose everything. You know why you don't do shit like that on YouTube? Because, dude, even though we're like small YouTubers, what if someone like Penguin Z0 Moist Critical got a hold of Mr. By the Mile's live stream and was so taken back from it, like me, that Moist Critical did a reaction video to Mr. By the Mile's drunk live stream? Just imagine if Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Z0 got a hold of that live stream and put it on this huge fucking platform. Every video that Charlie does gets at least 1 million views, at the minimum, like a couple million views. Just imagine, right? Like say it goes, it's because no one watches Mr. By the Mile's channel. Say it like, you know, we're able to sweep it under the rug. But say just, you know, say Charlie's live streaming on Twitch and he just randomly gets recommended Mr. By the Mile's drunk live stream. And he's reacting to it. And he's like, fuck, look at this dude threatening to fight people at his job. I'm going to make a whole reaction video of this. And it goes all over the internet like that. Dude, that's worse than having a DAC report, you know? That's now the whole world knows that, dude, the whole trucking industry and just the whole world knows that you're a drunk and that you're threatening to fight people at work. You probably won't get any fucking job after that. Like you might have to, I don't know, fucking sell dope or something after that, you know? Because you're definitely not going to get another trucking job. Mr. By the Mile, that was fucking retarded. That was the dumbest shit you could have done right there, dude. You really do, like, I've talked about his drinking before, and he mentioned me in his live stream. He's talking about how, like, oh, someone from JB Hunt talking about how I got an FHA loan. But, dude, the reason why I did that live stream and I reacted to your other drunk video, not the red pill one, but the video where you know, you like dim the lights or whatever, and you were all drunk and shit, you know, just talking about some bullshit, right? And it was so crazy that I did a reaction live stream to it. You're the one who said you had an FHA loan. You said it, that you had an FHA loan. I think either in that video or another live stream, like you said it on your channel that no, in a past live stream you said it. Now, I think you might have said it in that video too, but you've said it out of your own mouth on your channel in your past live streams that you got a FHA loan and you just won't stop fucking bragging about it. I don't really care that you own a house. I find it funny that you keep bragging about it, that you're so insecure that you have to just keep bragging and bragging and bragging. It's just like Donald Trump, right? I voted for Trump, but it is funny to see him just fucking how it's all about him. I fucking love the fact that Trump is like this crazy fucking narcissist. Like he's the narcissist of the narcissist, Trump, to the point where it's fucking hilarious, dude. I could watch him all fucking day, right? Dude, you're the same fucking way. You're the same way. It's funny. That's why I react to it. I don't care that you have a house. I don't give a fuck. It's funny though. Some narcissistic people, I find some of them to just be hilarious. Like they're funny to watch, you know? The shit that they do. It's kind of like having Tourette's. Like you watch someone with a tick, you know? Like I wouldn't laugh at someone with Tourette's, but people with narcissism, especially people who are narcissistic, and their narcissism is that they keep bragging about their shit like Wes Watson, Donald Trump, Mr. By the Mile, and their tick is like, oh, I make all this money at my union job. I got a house, right? You're a loser. You don't got a house. You don't got a union job. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking gold, dude. I fucking love that shit, right? The same reason why, you know, every now and then I'll go back into the archives and watch some of the old like incel videos. You know, like those incels like be crying on YouTube. Oh, these fucking women. I can't get a girlfriend. Dude, I could watch fucking cringe shit like that all fucking day, dude. Right? I don't give a fuck that you own a house. I don't. I find it funny that you brag about your shit. That's why I do like reaction videos to you, because you're funny. Dude, when you bring me up in your stream, why don't you want to mention my name? You always fucking say, remember that fucking loser that I did a live stream with? I was on live with him. I don't want to say his name, but remember that guy? You're talking about me. You're just talking about me. Dude, just say my name, Augustine Ramos, right? I got just a few more subscribers than you. Big fucking deal, dude. I'm small fry right here on YouTube. I'm a fucking nobody, dude. You know? Fucking, oh, dude. I can keep going on and on about this, but let's see if it's still up on his channel. Let's see if it's still there. Let me close YouTube, open it back up. Dude, definitely go on Mr. By the Miles, on his channel and peep the live. It's still there, dude. I think he might have got so drunk because he kept repeating that he wasn't. I know, JF fucking crazy, bro. I think he might have gotten so drunk that he just passed out. I think he might have ate some food or whatever, or just kept drinking. Like he probably let the kids and the wife eat, you know, like, dude, they were like Mr. By the Mile, his wife, like his wife, like we heard her and the kids in the background. Mr. By the Mile's wife, if you're watching this, your husband has a drinking problem. I don't know if he's a full-blown alcoholic, but when he drinks, he does not do good. You need to get him into AA or get on his ass, or I don't know, but you know, that shit he was doing in the backyard when he was live on YouTube, and you were probably staying in the house because you didn't want to be on camera or whatever, he might lose his job because of what he did. You know, your husband, I don't know his real name, but Mr. By the Mile, the guy that he said, I guess he just got married in January. Congrats. He's probably going to lose that union job. Your husband was on YouTube drunk, threatening to fight his coworkers on company property, right? The guy that you married, that's what he did. That's what he was doing in the backyard on live stream when he was drunk, you know, your husband. Girl. Fuck, dude. I gotta get to bed. Let me read some of these comments. Dude, I'm so glad. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it. Like I said, dude, he reminds me of someone that I knew. Mr. By the Mile just reminds me of this guy so much, dude. It's fucking crazy, right? What are you guys talking about? Mr. By the Mile. Check his channel out. Heard you talk about him before. Yeah, I lost 5 jobs doing that. 5 years sober now. Yeah, dude, drinking, right? I have to watch what I say with my real estate channel. I want to get into trucking so I can buy real estate faster. Yeah, dude, you really gotta I gotta watch him. Yeah, dude, go. So JF, let me show you. It's this. Meet it right here. Mr. By the Mile. Okay. And you go on his live streams, and it's this. You ask, I answer live. That is some of the craziest shit I've ever seen on YouTube. Some of the best content doesn't get a lot of views. Some of the most wackiest shit that you'll see on YouTube has like 4 or 5 views, right? It totally goes unnoticed. Like it's at 217 views right now. Is it still up? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't even want to play it, dude. He already cut his leg off. Jack. What are you talking about? Yeah, this is like some Jack Doherty shit. This is, dude. This is like some fucking. This is like. This is kind of like when Logan Paul was filming that body in the forest, right? Mr. By the Mile. When you wake up in the morning, we need some tears, right? We need the apology video. We need the tears. We need the. I had a severe lapse in my judgment, and I just want to say that I'm so sorry. I should have never filmed that body in that forest, right? That's what we need. We need one of those. We definitely need the apology video, right? We need it, dude. The world needs it, right? Congratulations on the 5 years sober. Oh, not me. You're talking about the other guy in the comments, right? Um, so let me end it with this, right? What can we take away from this? Okay. A lot of you guys who are watching, I'm pretty sure you guys are not YouTubers, right? But hear me out. Hear me out. If you get drunk, right, and you do stupid shit when you're drunk that could really put you at risk, don't drink. And if you can't stop drinking because you're addicted, like you're an alcoholic, go get help. Because I've seen alcohol wreck people's lives in some of the worst ways. I've seen alcohol wreck people's lives, honestly, worse than like heroin, fentanyl, methamphetamine, like it's definitely just as bad as that. But I've seen alcohol straight up kill people, right? I've lost pretty much all of my uncles due to addiction. And one of their vices was alcohol, right? I got one left. I got one uncle left, right? The rest of them, they're all gone, all from addiction. Just wiped them out, just boom, right? Um, I've seen people young lose their life from alcoholism. I've seen it, dude. I've seen this shit. I'm not completely sober. I mean, like, yeah, I passed a drug test. I obviously don't smoke like weed or anything like that. I'm a fucking truck driver, right? Um, I've been sober off weed. Like, my thing was weed. I was always a stoner, right? I would drink here and there, but I was always a stoner. I haven't smoked weed since the summer of lockdown 2020. That's when, I was living in some shit trailer park and I looked around and I was like, you know what, dude, I got to make a change for myself. I'm fucking broke. I don't have any skills. So right then and there, June 2020, when we were on lockdown, right, I said, I'm going to get sober. You know, I was to the point where I wasn't even smoking weed. I was just taking dabs with the rig and the nail, like concentrate, like wax, dude. Like I couldn't even like smoking weed, dude. Like blunts and joints and the bong, it didn't do anything for me. I had to smoke like 2 or 3 grams of wax to feel something. So I was just burning my money. Weed didn't get me high anymore because I was smoking weed since I was like 10 years old, right? On and off. The only time before that I really quit weed, like I would quit it here and there, but I quit it when I was on probation to get off probation when I was like 16, right? Because my PO was pissed. I failed a drug test. Gosh, she was a sexy little black girl from Oakland. Man, Miss Felix, I think her name was, at Eastmont Mall. Oh man, fuck, right? But I've been sober off weed since lost uncle yesterday to cancer. I'm sorry to hear that, man. So sorry to hear that. right? But I've been sober since 2020. The last time I drank, on my way over here, I was thinking about the last time I drank. The last time I drank was probably like last year around the summer. I bought a Modelo and I just wanted to like have a Modelo with my Mexican food that I had. I had like a plate of like some tacos or a burrito or whatever from the taco truck. And I was like, you know what, let me wash this down with a Modelo. I took like 3 sips of the tall can and I just left it on the shelf and it just sat there. And then my mom, you know, like a few hours later, she's like, you want this? I was like, nah, just dump it, you know. The last time I drank and got like a buzz was probably two um two Christmases ago. 2025, 2020. Like Christmas of 2023. I was at the house with my sister, my mom, the dogs, and I was just drinking. Not with my mom or my sister, but just by myself. I was just chilling in the crib and I went and got like some Jack Daniels and some cans of Coca-Cola from the liquor store. And that was the last time I drank, you know? And it's by myself, dude. When I drink, I'm like a happy drunk. The reason why I don't drink with people is because I've been in situations with alcohol because like I've been out drinking with people and it goes bad. I'm a happy drunk. I'm naturally an extrovert. I'm an extrovert 90% of the time. The only time where I'm an introvert is when I didn't get enough sleep or something happened or whatever. It's just one of those days where I'm not feeling it and I'm not talking to people. But dude, when I'm out and about, dude, I'm very extroverted. I talk to people, especially like just women shooting the shit. Like I'm very flirty, right? I'm just a talkative guy. So when I'm drunk, I'm like a hyper fucking extrovert. Like I'm the type of motherfucker that's talking about like the moon landing was fake and like 9/11 and like the fucking like Godzilla lives in the middle of San Francisco Bay, like that type of shit, and like getting into detail about it. Like I'll argue with a flat earther or whatever when I'm fucked up, right? Like and still be friends about it, you know? That's the type of drunk I am. I've been in situations when I was drinking with people like Mr. By the Mile that get drunk and they get violent, right? They do stupid shit. And when I go to places like weddings, parties, family get-togethers, birthdays, quinceañeras, I make sure that I'm sober, especially when there's alcohol around. When there's alcohol around, I'm sure that I don't touch it, right? When there's other people, especially when there's like a big crowd around, whether it's friends, family, or whatever, or I'm invited to a place or whatever. Because, like I said, I'm a happy drunk, but I don't know how these other people are going to act on alcohol. And if someone gets low with me, dude, I need to be on my toes to either fight or flight. You know what I mean? It's to the point now when I go to events, friends, family events, whatever, and the alcohol comes out and I see people drinking, I just leave. I just take off. I'm like, oh, it was nice seeing everyone. But once they start drinking, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm out. Time to go. Like, yep. About that time, got to go to bed, right? Like I do right now. So, like I said, Mr. By the Mile, that was the dumbest thing you could have done. You put everything at risk. I don't want to see you get fired from your job. I don't. That's why I didn't react to your live stream. You need to wake up. Like you're probably drunk, passed out. Hopefully you wake up. It's like, oh shit, I forgot to take it down. Tommy already screenshotted your live stream. I'm gonna put 2 links to Tommy's video and to Mr. By the Miles channel and Tommy's channel, right? Since we're the 3 parties that were involved in this, right? Me, Mr. By the Mile, and Tommy, Trucking Unfiltered. All 3 of us were involved in this because Mr. By the Mile mentioned both of us, right? And the people at his job that he's gonna fight, right? Crazy. It's a crazy thing to see on YouTube. I mean, it was a long live stream. So like Tommy, like he texted me, right? Like on Instagram, like he hit me up and he was like, hey, dude, fucking homeboy's drunk going off, dude. He's saying he's gonna kick my ass. I'm like, what? Like, no way, dude. So it was a long stream. I was trying to find it and I was like, fuck it, I'll just let the whole thing play. I had about an hour from like Piercy to Eureka. And I was like, fuck it. I got about an hour to kill right here driving. So I just put it on like a podcast and I was just listening to it in my truck on the way up here to the hotel. And then, yeah, dude, like I heard the part where he was threatening to fight his coworkers. Then he's talking about how he's gonna do something to Tommy, just crazy, and he's drunk. And then at the end, dude, to top it off, at the end of Mr. By the Miles live stream, he starts talking about God and how he's getting closer to God. That's when I knew he was drunk. I'm like, hold on, hold on. So you went from fighting your coworkers, talking shit about me, red pill, to God? You're all over the place, dude. What the fuck is this? So you're gonna beat up your coworkers, and then the next day we're going to church? Please tell me we're gonna get KFC after. Please. That'll make it worth it, dude. Let's end the night with some like fucking with a bucket of KFC and some like the cornbread and the mac and cheese and all the shit, you know? If we're going there, dude, that is fucking nuts. That's when I knew he was fucked up. I was like, oh man. Fucking I watched Tommy. Yeah, dude. It's on Tommy's channel. I mean, dude, Mr. By the Mile, I didn't want to react to your stream. I didn't want to kick a man when he's down. But I guess you pissed Tommy off because he fucking screen recorded it. So even if you delete your live stream, it's going to live on forever on Tommy's channel, unless if you try to do like a copyright strike or whatever. But it's legal. It's commentary. He did a reaction to it. Like he did it within the confines of YouTube law or whatever. Like he was like watching your shit, stopping and commenting, watching, commenting. I mean, you could try to copyright strike his video down, dude, but he's gonna win, right? That video is gonna stay on forever on Tommy's channel. Just like your red pill video is gonna stay on forever on my channel, dude. You really need to stop drinking, right? You have so much to lose, right? I could probably have a better time getting drunk on YouTube and talking shit than you can. I'm a bum. I live with my mom, right? I ain't got shit. I ain't got no house. I ain't got kids. I ain't got no mortgage. I ain't got some wife. I don't got none of that. All I got is just me, my sister, my mom, and the dogs. That's it, right? I don't make as much money as you, you know? I would never do no shit like that, dude. I would never do. Now, just imagine if I had everything that you got to lose. The house, the fucking, the mortgage, you know, all of your bills, insurance, your kids, their health insurance, dude, the job, your check that you brag about. If I had all that to lose, you think I would fucking get drunk and threaten to fight my coworkers on live stream? Are you fucking retarded, dude? Are you nuts? You're 37 years old, dude. What the fuck, man? That is insane. I watch Tommy, see ya JF, see ya Jack. I drink water out of wine glasses anymore to get relaxed. I found out it's what you do while drinking that makes you chill, not the alcohol. I don't want it around me anymore. Yeah, good for you, man. If you don't do good on it, look, there's no shame. There's no shame. Look, they say a real man can handle his drink, and that's true. If you know that you do bad on alcohol, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're the type of motherfucker that gets drunk and you turn into the Hulk and you just start beating the fuck out of people, there's really nothing wrong with that. If you know that's what you do, and then you stop, right? Like I said, a real man can control his drink. If you're the type of person that gets buck wild on alcohol, control your drink. You know how you control your drink? If you're the guy that beats people up on alcohol, don't drink. If you know that you turn into the Hulk when you're drunk, then a real man can handle his alcohol and quit, right? Now, someone who doesn't know how to move as a man and is not in control of his actions, right? Lets his emotions control his actions, can't stop drinking, you know? Even though they know that they do bad on alcohol, someone who is just a fuck up on alcohol, they'll keep drinking all the way to the point where they lose everything, right? That's not a man I could respect. That's childish. It's immature. It's fucking retarded. I don't even think I could call someone like that a man. If you know you have a drinking problem and you have a lot to lose and you put yourself at risk like that because you just don't want to stop drinking, how could I call you a man? How could I say that, yeah, that dude, I got respect for him. Look at him. He's drinking, he's threatening people online, and he's going to lose his job. Yeah, that's a man I could respect. Fuck no, dude. That's retarded. That's dumb, dude. With that being said, be sure to smash the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel. What's the message? What's the takeaway from this? Be careful with what you say and do online. Sometimes it lives there forever. If you get drunk and you threaten to beat people up at your job, and then you say that you're going to take the live stream down, and this is the one time that people could say whatever they want to say, right? And then you're so drunk that after the live stream, you keep drinking, and then you pass out, and you forget to delete what you said, the thing that you said that you weren't going to post. You're so drunk that you forgot to delete it before you go to sleep all drunk in your drunken state or whatever. Then, dude, you got a problem. You got a problem, dude. If you do that kind of shit when you're drunk, or when you get drunk, you start putting hands on people, you drive a vehicle, right? There's people that get drunk and get DUIs. That's the real thing, right? Dude, if you can't control your drink, then fucking you need help. I'm not a professional, but dude, I've seen alcohol wreck people's lives, and tonight we definitely saw alcohol get the best of Mr. By the Mile. I don't want to see him lose his job, right? Even though he's a narcissist, he's funny to watch. He brags, right? He's a funny guy and all that. But I would hate to see him lose everything. I actually would. I don't want to see him lose his job. I don't want to see him lose his house and all that. That's fucked up. I don't wish that on him, right? If anything, I want to see him make way more money than what he's making now. I would love to see him totally blow me out of the water, right? But what he did tonight, Mr. By the Mile very well could lose his job, right? We might have seen the downfall of Mr. By the Mile, and if you have that same problem, go get help, right? Before alcohol takes you out. Be sure to smash the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you everybody for stopping by on tonight's live stream. I'm going to put links in the description after. I'm going to go back and get the links for Mr. By the Mile's channel, Tommy Unfiltered's video reacting to the live stream. And you could probably still see it now on Mr. By the Mile's channel before he deletes it. Peace out. What did he do? So Mr. By the Mile, before I'm ending the stream right now. Mr. By the Mile got drunk on his YouTube channel on a live stream and was threatening to fight his coworkers on company property. He was saying, all you motherfuckers at my job who got a problem with me, we could run a fight, we could fucking fight in the back of the yard away from the cameras. Or you motherfuckers can come see me across the street at Pilot Flying J, right? That's what he did. He could lose his fucking job, right? You're late. Just rewind the stream. Peace out. I gotta go.